Rajesh sat behind the counter of his small shop, staring at a piece of paper in his hands. It was an eviction notice. By morning, his shop, would no longer be his. For years, he had worked hard to keep the business running, but things had changed. Big supermarkets, online shopping, and rising costs had taken away his customers. Now his debts were too high. He had no way to save the shop. Rajesh looked around. The shelves were almost empty. The cash register had barely any money. Outside, the street was quiet. The world had moved on without him. "It's over," he whispered. He reached for the lock to close the shop forever. Then, the door creaked open. A cold wind blew in, and a tall man wearing a black coat stepped inside. The man walked slowly to the counter, his footsteps echoing in the silent shop. "A bottle of water and a pack of biscuits," he said. His voice was calm and steady. Rajesh sighed. One last customer. Might as well make one final sale. He packed the items and placed them on the counter. The man pulled out a 500 rupees note and set it down. Rajesh frowned. "It's just 50 rupees worth of items. Why is he paying so much?" "Here's your change," Rajesh said, pushing the extra money back. The man shook his head and said, "Keep it." Rajesh hesitated and asked, "Why?" The man smiled and said, "Let's just say I'm a businessman too, in a different way, but I have one condition." Rajesh raised an eyebrow. "Do not close this shop before midnight." Rajesh let out a short laugh and said, "What difference does it make? Everything is already lost." The man's eyes were calm but serious as he said, "Just keep it open until midnight. That's all." For some reason, Rajesh felt like he should listen. "Fine, I'll keep the shop open," Rajesh said. The man nodded, picked up his items, and walked out into the night. Rajesh didn't expect anyone else to come, but at 10:30 p.m., the bell above the door rang again. A group of 6 travelers rushed in, soaking wet from the rain. "Do you have water? Chips? Soft drinks?" one of them asked. Rajesh quickly packed their order. The bill, 2,700 rupees. His hands shook as he took the money. He hadn't earned this much in months. "This is just luck," he told himself. At 11:15 p.m., the rain was still pouring outside. A luxury car stopped outside the shop. A well-dressed man stepped inside, his face full of frustration. "Do you have a mobile charger? My car battery is dead," he asked. Rajesh handed him one. As the man waited for his phone to charge, he looked at the counter and noticed the eviction notice. "Is this shop for sale?" he asked. Rajesh sighed and said, "Yes, by tomorrow it won't be mine anymore." The man nodded. "I invest in small businesses. I'm starting a new retail chain. If you're interested, I can make you a partner instead of just a seller." Rajesh's heart pounded. A second chance? Or was this just false hope? 11:55 p.m., just 5 minutes left. Rajesh stared at the door. Would the mystery man return? Then, the door creaked open again. This time, an old woman walked in, shivering. "Do you have some milk? My son is very sick," she asked softly. Rajesh hesitated. There was only one packet of milk left. If I sell this, my shop will be completely empty by morning, he thought. Then he remembered the man's words. "Stay open until midnight." Rajesh took a deep breath. And then he handed the milk to the woman, her eyes filled with gratitude. "May you be blessed with success, my son," she said. She left, and at that exact moment, the clock struck midnight. The shop felt different, and then a voice behind him. "So, how was your night?" Rajesh turned around. The man in black was back. Rajesh's heart raced. "Who are you, and how did all of this happen?" he asked. The man smiled and said, "I'm just a traveler, a messenger of sorts. I came to remind you, never give up too soon. Success is always one moment away." Rajesh blinked, and before he could say another word, the man disappeared. The morning sunlight streamed into the shop. The business investor from last night walked in, holding a contract, and asked, "So Rajesh, what's your decision?" Rajesh looked around, at the shelves, at the counter, at all the memories. And then he smiled and said, "I'm not selling my shop. I'm starting a new journey. Sometimes life tests us until the last moment. But those who hold on, those who wait for the right opportunity, find miracles in the most unexpected places, because sometimes the last customer isn't just a customer, he's a lesson." Moral of the story: success is always closer than you think. The biggest breakthroughs come just when you're about to quit. Never give up too soon. Your miracle might be just one moment away.